Welcome to another holiday gift guide, but this time it's for Xbox players. So whether you are shopping for that special gamer in your life that happens to play Xbox, or whether you're an Xbox player that's just looking at filling out their holiday list, before we get started, one thing to mention is that none of these products or ideas have been paid for or are sponsored. These are things that I have thought of for myself while I was compiling my list for this holiday season. So know that I'm not being paid, and these are really my own. And if you're interested, maybe the gamer in your life is a PlayStation gamer, a PC gamer, maybe they just play board games, or maybe Magic the Gathering, or any combination of that. Well, we have you covered right here with these other gift guides for this holiday season. So feel free to check them out. You can click on the link. It's going to open a separate window, so you're not going to lose your place here. Alright, so let's get started. First on the list for your Xbox gamer should be the Xbox One Elite controller. This controller is simply fantastic. I have used this personally for the last several months, and I am so happy with my purchase. Now, I will say this can be pretty expensive. It's about $150 to $170 depending on where you live. What happens, and I'll actually have it right here, is that the Xbox One Elite controller is fully customizable in the sense that you can take out your thumbsticks and replace them with different ones. Either they're taller, they're a different shape, and they are made of metal, so they are actually pretty high quality. The D-pad comes off to replace from a different D-pad, so it's all interchangeable. They have hairline triggers at the back, so that if you wanted to play and you needed more responsive trigger capabilities, this controller delivers that for you. You can also custom map the buttons on the Xbox One Elite controller. So if your gamer doesn't want to hit this button all the time to fire, maybe they want to hit this one, they can change that in the settings. And the Xbox One Elite controller comes with a downloadable app that allows you to retain the mapped memory of each game. Again, it is a bit expensive, but the build quality is superior. It feels great in your hands, and I just love it. I can't stop recommending it. You can also check out this review that I have here. I made this fairly early on in my YouTube career, so please disregard any poor editing. The next one is an Xbox Gold Live membership, or Xbox Live Gold membership. I don't know how they call it. Just get them Xbox Gold. Your gamer will love it. They can play online, and they can hear all about how they get lucky and have no skill. But no, seriously, it's part of gaming culture now to play online. So to have this ability for your gamer is pretty much critical. And even if their live subscription is already active, they can just re-up it once it's done with the gift card that you've given them. Highly useful. And now, if your Xbox gamer is anything like me, they continuously run out of storage. The workaround around that is to get them a Seagate external hard drive that can plug into their Xbox, so they don't have to continuously delete their games and re-download them when they want to play it. I have a 500 gigabyte hard drive, so that means I can only store about 7 to 8 games if I'm lucky, if they're small games. And what happens is that it saves me a lot of time by just having an external hard drive to be able to actually store all the extra stuff on there and not have to worry about deleting games or deleting them as frequently. So give it a look. It's quite useful and handy. It's not the most exciting gift, but it's definitely one of the most useful ones, especially if your gamer plays a lot of different games. The next one is the Xbox charging kit for your Xbox remote. So the way it works normally is if you're putting AA batteries in, you actually are going to go flying through these batteries like it's going out of style. And it's going to cost you a lot of extra money just to be able to play the game. Now, you can have it wired, but depending on your configuration or your gamer's configuration, having a wired controller might not be feasible or might not be practical. So getting this charge and play kit allows you to have a continuously rechargeable battery that you can just stick in and plug in to the console when you're not using it. Finally, I'm going to run down, as the last one, some of the hot games that are coming out this year. We'll start off with Gears of War 4. So it was released in October, and it's a continuation of one of Xbox's greatest franchises. Great story mode. It is pretty short story-wise, maybe about 10 to 12 hours depending on how well you play it, but the multiplayer aspect is supposed to be pretty good. Now there's also Battlefield 1. This is a game that takes place in World War I, so very unique comparative to today's modern shooters where they are either set in the future or in the present and have all these high-tech guns. Battlefield 1, you're really thrown into a world where automation really wasn't a thing unless it was on a mounted machine gun. But even at that, it just offers a great gameplay with vehicles, old school weapons, and huge, huge maps. That's probably my suggestion if you're going to get one of these games. The next one is Watch Dogs 2. So following up to the success of Watch Dogs 1, your gamer will play as a hacker in San Francisco, but trying to do good or bad depending on how they wanted it, because it is an open world setting. They have a strong online component where people can infiltrate each other's games to try to sabotage them. It's actually pretty fun. I love the first Watch Dogs, and I have high hopes for the second one. This will be releasing mid-November, so check it out. Another one is Skyrim Remastered. So Skyrim was a game that was released a few years back and is considered one of the best RPGs in the last decade. What they've done here is they've upped the graphics for console players, and they've given them a lot of extra oomph. So if your gamer is not really the shooter type or likes that modern setting and wants to go back and hack and slash his way through medieval worlds, this is a really interesting proposition. The game is great. Almost unlimited playability. You don't necessarily have to do the story. You can just continue going on and exploring the world. It's so immersive. There you have it. I hope that list was of any help to you, and if it was, please consider leaving a like, because it really does help the channel out and it helps people see my content. But don't feel obligated to throw that like on there just because I asked for it. Regardless, I would like to wish you a happy holiday season, and I hope that you're able to find the gifts that you need for your gamer as quickly as possible and easily as possible. Happy holidays!